So next I'm going to cover the associate's degree for transfer so that you have a clear understanding of how those degrees work and what the benefits are. So the associate degrees for transfer are get myself out of the way there, are degrees that were set up as a collaboration between the California State University and the California Community College systems. So what was happening was students would transfer from a California Community College to a CSU, and then they were complaining, saying, I'm being forced to repeat courses I did at the community college. So legislation got involved and said, we need to change this and make this right by students. And so they came up with these associate degrees for transfer that we often refer to as ADTs. So what you're doing is you are earning an associate's degree while completing your CSU transfer requirements. And I would just like to note that since these have gone into being active, that there are some California independent campuses that will accept an ADT. There are some out-of-state campuses. The HBCUs accept some ADTs. Not some, they accept the ADT. I should say some HBCUs, not all of them. And the UCs are not still on board with them, but they keep getting pushed to get on board, so we'll see what happens. So when you earn that ADT, it's really preparing students who are applying to impacted majors or campuses because you get some benefits through the admissions process. It also helps a student who's applying to several CSU campuses because instead of having to go check assist for every single school, then you can just use the ADT if that is accepted by each of your campuses to know, okay, I'm earning my associate's degree for transfer, and that meets all of my lower division major prep for each of my campuses. I worked with a student this week who's applying to 7 CSUs. And so we went and checked which campuses accept the ADT, and all of them but one. And so she only had to go look at assist for that one campus. Okay. So it's important that you check to see which of the campuses accept the ADT. So let's go into this program search, which you can find on the Transfer Center website. I'm actually going to show you where you can find that. So if you go to special programs, here's the associate degree for transfer. And then on this page, you would go this ADT program search. So the second link there. And once you're in here, you're going to select your major. So we're going to go Administration of Justice. You put in your college, so we'll put in Santa Rosa. And then you put in the CSUs that you're considering. So we'll put in Chico, Fresno, and San Luis. And submit it. And then it shows you that the associate's degree for transfer, get myself out of the way, from Santa Rosa Junior College is accepted at Chico for just the general program. And for Fresno, they have different concentrations. So they have criminology corrections, law enforcement, and victimology. So the associate's degree for transfer would be accepted for any one of those. You'll notice that Cal Poly is missing. So Cal Poly hardly accepts any ADTs. I think they accept 6. So then for Cal Poly, we need to go see, okay, what does Cal Poly want of the student to complete for admissions purposes, to meet major prep, that type of thing. And I have a whole page on here regarding Cal Poly because they are picky. So that this program would help you in seeing, okay, which campuses accept the ADT and which ones don't, and then you can move forward from there. When you're earning that associate's degree for transfer, you're completing 60 transferable units. You have to have at least 18 units within the major to earn the degree. You have to either have the CSU GE or the IGETC, which we'll talk about IGETC next week, 100% completed. And you need at least a 2.0 GPA in all transferable work. Again, the higher the GPA, the better, though, as we've already talked about. You will be granted priority admissions to a CSU that offers a similar bachelor's degree that you applied to. So if you only apply to San Diego State, Long Beach, and Cal Poly, and you don't get accepted to any of those campuses, but you're earning an ADT, they will offer you an admissions spot at another campus that is not impacted. So campuses like Channel Islands, San Francisco State, CSU East Bay. And so they would say, we're sorry you weren't admitted to these campuses, but we do have space for you over here. So you're not guaranteed admission to a particular campus, just to the CSU system. Once you transfer, they guarantee that you will only have to complete 60 more units at the CSU. However, if you change your major or add a minor or double major, that guarantee of 60 more units goes out the window. So you have to stick with what you were doing. And this note I already touched on. So the ADT is a great program. Let me show you actually how to look these up on the SRJC website. So if you go to the majors page, well, let me go home and I can show you how to get there instead of using my bookmarks. Okay, so here if you go under academics, you can come here to majors or associate degrees in this first box here. And then on the left here is majors. So you can click on that and you can look for a major. I find this list a little overwhelming. So let's go into the advanced search and we are going to look for just majors. And our keyword is going to be transfer. It's not going to be a 100% search. I don't think, yeah, like art comes up for some reason. But the majority of the 4 transfer degrees do come up. So you can see the list here, okay? So maybe you're interested in early childhood education. You're thinking about becoming a classroom teacher. This is hard because once I've already set it, it doesn't let me move it around. It's 27 units, which is over there in that corner. But now I got to go back over here. Okay, and then it'll show you the courses that you need to have done. So Child Development 10 on the GE sheet, 51, 66, 68 on the GE sheet, 90.1 on the GE sheet, 0.2, 3, and 4, okay? So by having those courses completed with a GE sheet, you would earn the associate's degree for transfer in early childhood education, and you would inform the CSU of that when you apply so they know to grant you those admissions benefits. So talk with a counselor, talk with me if you have questions about the ADT and if it is a program that you should be following.